Hey, everybody. We are back with Coalitions Getting Coffee During COVID-19. And today I have with me Beverly Austin. Beverly is the Morris County Collaborative Secretary and the Communications and Public Relations Chair. Beverly, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Nathan. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's
Good.
it's a beautiful day outside. It's definitely starting to feel like summer, though. Starting to get to some pool weather, but I'm glad we get to take some time out today to share this interview. I like to
Yes.
start these things off fun with a non-political, controversial, fun opinion that you have about yourself, something that sets you aside from the rest. I've shared with others that I have a couple of these, but one of the things that perhaps makes me unique is that I really despise soft drinks of any kind.
Hmm.
Growing up, I tried Dr. Pepper one time, and the bubbles, the fizz, really irritated my mouth. And since then, I've just never gotten around to liking them. And I know lots of people love their Diet Cokes and whatnot. What about you?
Oh, okay. Similar. I stopped eating meat long before the COVID pandemic started. And so I don't eat chicken. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. I don't eat anything that moves, just
Really?
plant-based.
You're
Yeah,
total vegetarian, huh?
I'm a total vegetarian.
Oh,
Well,
that's awesome.
from time to time, I do eat eggs, but it depends on where they come from.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, that is something neat. That's very inspiring. You're a stronger person than me. I can't give it up. So I'm pretty much addicted to red meat for sure.
I I thought that would be pretty different, especially
Yeah,
in Texas.
yeah, for sure. Beverly, you and I have spoken a little bit before. We've gotten to know each other with our different organizations partnering together. And I just know that your personal journey is an inspiring story of strength and perseverance. I wanted to just give you a second to maybe share a little bit about what brought you to Northeast Texas.
Well, I am a California born and raised native. Los Angeles is my hometown. I was born in the northern part of California, a place called Fresno. At the age when I was 11 years old, my mother passed away from cancer, and her sister, whom she didn't have, she hadn't seen her sister in over 18 years, which is when I look back, I thought, well, why was that? But as a child, you don't think about those things. So she hadn't seen her sister for 18 years, and she asked her sister to come and visit us and stay with us while she was in the hospital. And little did we know that she was in the hospital dying of cancer. We just didn't know that. I was too young to even realize or understand what death was at that time. But over a period of the 2 weeks that my aunt was here, my mother died in the hospital. It was such a blow and unbelievable and a shock to me. And we had six other sisters and brothers, and my aunt told us that she was going to take us to Texas because that's what our mother wanted, and that she would bring us back in 2 weeks. Well, we got on a train to go to Texas and we were going to Texas also to bury my mom. My father was still here. He didn't leave to go with us, and he let us go with our aunt, thinking that she was going to bring us back. But lo and behold, when we got there, she didn't bring us back. And 2 weeks went by, and 3 weeks, and then a month, and then a year, and then 4 years went by before um, we got a chance to even come back to California. And that was a devastating time for us because I felt that she had lied to us and never got a chance to see my father. My father made several trips to Texas to find us. In fact, he made 5 trips by car to find us. And then coming from California, driving all the way to Texas, not knowing where you are in a great big state like Texas was pretty stressful for him. And so he ended up drinking and drinking and very heartbroken. And he died before, when I was in high school, he died. So I never got another chance to see my father. And I blamed her for many, many years for that. And so, my journey to Texas wasn't a fun one. It wasn't a pleasant one. But then after I got to high school, I didn't want to leave because I had made friends, and so I stayed in Texas. Graduated from Paul Lawrence Dunbar in Fort Worth, Texas, and then I moved back to California. And most recently, in 2008, I moved back here permanently when I got married to my husband, and so that's how I got here.
It's just incredible. I just
It is.
I love your story and the way that you tell it with a smile on your face. I know that there's a lot of emotion in that and that it's tough on you, but I'm just so proud of who you are and the journey that you've taken to get here. And so I'm glad that you had a space to share that. I really do appreciate that. I feel like I may know the answer now, hearing a little bit more of your story, but I wanted to ask, where does your passion for substance abuse prevention come from?
Well, I had six brothers and sisters, and they were all with us when we lived in Texas, and with this aunt who didn't treat us well. You grew up in a house where she was constantly screaming at us, and just the physical and mental abuse of being with a woman who really didn't want us there. I believe she wanted us there for what the money, the insurance, or whatever my mother left could gain for her because she bought a house, a big house, she bought a car, but we never saw any of the fruits of any of that. So when we finally left, my brothers were all, I was the next to the oldest. So my brothers were about, they were about 11 and 12, but went back to California. And about when they were 14 and 15, they started getting in trouble. And at that time, of course, I didn't know anything about childhood trauma or adverse traumas and how that impacted children. I do know a lot about that now, but back then I didn't. But I just knew that they were always getting in trouble. And I didn't realize until I was older that where a child lives and who you live with and your experiences of a child impacts you as a teen and also as an adult. And so they got into drugs very early. And so my passion now is to look for those signs and help children and try to try to be an advocate for children so that they get the help that they need early on. And if there is a way that I can help anyone in that situation, I will. And that's where my passion comes from my own experience.
Right. Yeah, well, we're really glad that you're part of our coalition that works to end youth substance abuse in the Northeast Texas area. You've been a big part of the work that we've done so far, and I just greatly appreciate your story and your passion for that. I wanted to ask how you and your organization are doing with all of the pandemic related issues. You guys locked down? What kind of work are you guys doing? What's life like for you during the pandemic?
Our coalition is made up of a group of about 20 individuals from different parts of Morris County, consisting of Dangerfield, Omaha, Naples, Lone Star, and Kaysen. And so we meet once a month, different locations within those areas, to talk about strategies and how we're going to move forward after our survey. Our survey has been done. We took a survey when we first started to find out what the community needed, those deep rooted causes, because as you know, in Morris County, or may not know, under the county health rankings, we are out of 244 counties. Morris County ranked 242 in health factors. And so, along with diabetes and cancer related illnesses, heart and stroke, substance abuse is one of them. And so we we received a grant through the Texas UT Texas Hog Foundation, and that grant was given to us so that we can drill down and find out what is causing our health factors to be so low. Why do we have such a low percentage of health? And so we first started out with the survey, which we did get, and the survey told us a lot of things. So um, We are now in a strategic planning mode where we are looking at taking the results of that survey and actually doing something about it. So, for the first thing we started out was let's talk about it more. Let's get out in the community more. Let's do some what we call community cafes, where you're sitting face to face or in with a family and asking them what their needs are and how um, how are they faring and what we can do to make their lives better. And so we're getting a lot of feedback from that, and that's driving what we're going to do in this next phase. And so, because of COVID, we haven't been able to meet. So, we're meeting on Zoom like we're doing, and we're getting our strategic planning done that way as well. But we still have a lot of work to do, a lot of work. And so, we are looking forward to this pandemic going away so we can get out there and do even more for our community.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been limited in my ability to go out there and see you guys up in Morris County, and I've kind of missed it. I got in a little bit of a rhythm of seeing you guys on a monthly basis, and I'm glad that technology allows us to see it, but that's definitely something that I'm missing right now. I do wonder, one of my favorite questions to ask in these interviews is just what positive things have you seen in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic? Sometimes, trials and hardships, things that we go through can make us stronger if we're willing to look at the bright side, even in the midst of our suffering and our hurting. Have you noticed any kind of positive trends, anything that we can maybe emerge from this pandemic stronger than before?
Look at the resilience that we have in our community. I know that right now, last month we had 5 cases in our county. This month we have 9 cases, but 2 have recovered. So we have an effective 7. And so I look at the resilience. Our people are staying their distance. They're adhering to the governor's mandate to stay inside and not gather. And we're doing that. Our churches are having church on Zoom. We are practicing um, safe distances. But I think the positive thing is that we have discovered that even during this time, that we're still strong. We can still get things done. We're finding different ways of doing it, but we're still getting things done and we're being creative with it. Even our coalition, we're doing a contest now on Facebook with our businesses where we went out and our project coordinator, Ginger, contacted all of the businesses in our area. I think it's over 70 businesses and asked how they were doing. And most of them said, of course, we just want this thing to go away so we can open up and get back to work. And so, but we from our funds, we are actually giving away door prizes and gifts to our community to go back and spend it with our businesses so that it can help them. It's a small effort, but it will help to keep them hopefully open. And for Mother's Day, we're doing another cash giveaway online to mothers because we can't go out to dinner, and so we're going to give a group of mothers a cash prize so that it just keeps us going. And in spite of the fact that we have this pandemic, we can still be happy, we can still be thankful, and we can still be resilient.
That's awesome. And for those of you watching, we'll have a description in our Facebook post that has links to the Morris County Collaborative website as well as their Facebook page, so you can find out the awesome work that they're doing in their community. Again, we're so happy that we're partners. Our organizations are partnering together to try to make Northeast Texas a stronger, healthier place. Beverly, what are you most looking forward to when life finally returns to normal? When the
Going to see my
COVID-19
granddaughter. Going to see my grandchildren. We haven't, like I said, my granddaughter's graduating May 22nd. We can't go. And so we're looking forward to going and visiting them. And we have a 4-year-old in Georgia, and we usually get in the car and drive to go see her. So we're looking forward to going there or her coming to us.
That's great.
So really looking forward to that.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to a haircut. I'm not too far away. All right, final question, Beverly. What's in your mug?
Oh, in the afternoon, I drink coffee in the morning, but in the afternoon, I drink green tea. That's my favorite go-to drink in the afternoon after 3 is my green tea. So that's what's in my coffee or cup.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got a good enough night's sleep that I'm not really drinking too much more of my coffee now. But this one is just their Starbucks medium roast that I just made at home. Normally, I like their blonde roast, but
Yeah.
I ran out and I decided to go
Oh,
with the medium. So, anyways, but anything Starbucks as far as like brewing it at home is for me the way to go. Although I do really, Tyler, I do really like porch culture coffee as well. So
oh. Yeah, I am a coffee drinker. I love good coffee, and I try to order it. I used to order it every month. I cut that out, so I don't drink as much of it as I used to. But I'm a coffee drinker, just in the mornings now.
yep. Okay, well that's good. That's good. Beverly, it's been a pleasure talking with you today. I really appreciate the time, and best of luck to you and Morris County Collaborative with all the great work that you're doing.
Great, and if you would allow people to come on our Facebook page, Morris County Co, like us and visit us on our website and see some of the things that we're doing. We have a great page there for resources for people who are looking for anything. Hopefully, we can be there to help you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for helping me to share my story and the information about Morris County Collaborative.
Absolutely. Have a good one, Beverly. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.